Getting distracted.
Cool.
Hey man,
Harrison and I finished Pretty Woman.
I love you back.
Realized
Valorant.
autonomously,
I could really talk forever.
because I really want to make movies. That's how I want to spend my life.
Wait, is necrophilia?
No, it's gonna be 100 though.
I'm pulling together everything I've learned throughout my whole life into this.
I mean, if anyone's been watching all of our diaries, they know that.
Their God is better than your, like, no, you can't coexist.
A masochist
Master argument.
observe human.
All alone, there's no one here beside me, but you gotta have friends. Where's the Batman? All right, I don't know what the fuck that was, but hello. I had an urge to do that. Okay, welcome back. Kilonova, baggy ass shirt. Kilonova Diary 8. I think we're on the 8th one. So basically, Antonia is out of town for her sister's birthday. So it's just me. I'm all alone, unattended child in need of Antonia. Anyways, so Kilonova Diary 8. If this is your first one, then basically it's we talk about what's in our heads past week. We talk about what we've accomplished, our goals, where we're at with projects. Right now I'm generating proxy files, so that's something I'm doing right now. She's hopefully going to be sending over a 5 to 10 minute video on her phone while she's there, and I'll edit that into this one. I guess I'll start off with my day today. Woke up at like 2, slept in, actually got some sleep debt back. I know it takes like, actual like few weeks for that to actually work, but anyways, then I got my flu vaccine. Boom, got to get my COVID booster vaccine, whatever, soon too as well. And there was this fucking guy, it's like 91 degrees out. There was this fucking guy on the side of the street just looked like he was fucking dying. Older white guy, beard. There was like a fucking liquor bottle to the side of him. He was in like a leather jacket, t-shirt, and jeans, just like fucking down on the side of the street. So I was like, it looks like he's gonna melt into the concrete, and so like someone should fucking help. So I went over there and I was like, should I buy like a fucking water bottle? It's like, I don't know, I'm gonna go check on him first, because I probably shouldn't like buy shit and just drop it on him. Also, if I don't want to spend money if he's not gonna fucking use it. So I go up to him, like, get on my fucking hands and knees, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, hands and knees, no way, actually, I can just move the camera. Yeah, let's get animated. I was down here, I was like, hey man, you good? I said it like that. He's 100% like that. Point is, someone's in need of help, especially in a place like Portland, Oregon. Oh my God. I need to try and be more active about this stuff. Like, I know there's a lot of bullshit going down with Mr. Beast right now, but seriously, the philosophy that he has instilled into a generation of people, kids, the next generation, those people, when they grow up, they're going to be better people. Hopefully not, doing whatever he's doing right now, but you know what I'm saying, like, he is good values. He's a net positive person in this world. Anyways, so then there was these two workers renovating this Mexican place, and I was like, you guys got a water bottle? So I was like, I could go get one, but if they got free water bottles, they're working on construction shit, they probably got like 15,000 of those. So he was like, yeah, all right. So I was trying to talk to him, trying to like poke him, get him awake, check if he's alive. He was just like unconscious, but he was able to get a few words out. And I think he said, I love you. And I was like, okay, where do we go from here? You know what I mean? Like, what do I say? I said I love you back. I'm not even joking. I don't know if I will see him again. Hope I do. Man. For real though, daddy issues. I don't have a dad. 4 years old, he either fell off a cliff or jumped off a cliff. it's up in the air. I grew up majority of my life thinking he killed himself until I realized, like actually no one really knows. So now it's just like, but that's like an example. Obviously, I'm not going to see like a father figure in someone who's like not having the greatest time in life because I don't want to view that. But like it happens. That's just an example of like it could drop in my head. Like this happened, dude. There's just times where I see someone on the street or just when I'm at work and I'm just thinking, here's me. Here's my eyeballs. And they are seeing literally just any man that is, oh, there we go. Any man that, any size, he could be short as fuck, he could be really tall, doesn't matter. The point is that another guy that just has, their necks are way too long. I hate stick figures like this. I prefer stick figures like this. I'm sorry for doing this. This is terrible. This is the better stick figure. Okay, I'm getting distracted. But the point is, dude, any fucking dude that's just like, in there just mildly nice. Okay, you can't be a piece of shit. I'm not going to project my father issues onto you if you're a piece of shit. But like, if you have mildly nice, if you have a kid in front of you, that's the easy one. But if you're not, if you're just like a fucking 25, 20, 30, 40-year-old guy and you have like a good aura, I'll be like, I don't actually want you, but it's just like the potential. Yeah, that's the benefit. I don't actually have a dad. It's kind of great. There's pros and cons, One less parent. Parenting is a whole thing. Anyways, done with that. So proxy media is what we're doing.
Hello, it's Tona here. Kilonova entry. I'm at the pool, tanning. Yeah. One thing that I wanted to talk about, I think maybe, was that I wanted to talk about okay, so recently I did a detox. It was a week detox where I was not gonna watch TV or read any fiction stories, or watch movies, or watch any saturated content, which would mean shit that's kind of a waste of my time on TikTok or YouTube. And for the most part, I didn't really watch any of that any of those things. Like if it was on my rabbit hole of watching something else, I kind of got caught in it. But I didn't consistently stay down a rabbit hole of watching things that are oversaturated. And then I just started watching more informational stuff. And I've been covering the sound. I started watching more informational stuff. And I also started writing more again and finding other things to do besides escapism. Basically, I was too deep in escapism, and so that was really helpful to me because I started to realize how much I go to things like eating sugar. I was not going to eat any over. Okay, let me restart. Recently, I have been doing a detox. I was just going to do it for a week, and it was that I don't watch movies, I don't watch TV shows, and I don't watch any oversaturated content, which means things on TikTok or YouTube. They're just I don't need to be watching this. It's just random entertainment. So I wasn't going to watch any of those things either. And for the most part, I stuck to definitely the movies and the TV shows, except on my last night before I left, Harrison and I finished Pretty Woman. But that's kind of an exception because it was a specific instance, and it had a lot of emotional and educational value for us to watch that together in that specific moment. But yeah, so I did watch some oversaturated content, mainly on if it was like just on my rabbit hole of like informational stuff I was looking at on YouTube and TikTok. But yeah, for the most part, I just started writing more and thinking more about stories that I want to make. Oh, and I started watching like filmmaking videos and filmmaker documentary, and I really liked that feeling. I felt like I started to realize that how often I actually want to escape from life, and that I was using things like sugar, saturated content, movies, manga, manhwa. I was just kind of consuming stories as a way to make myself feel better and escape from where I was. And I think for a while that was working for me in college, because like, I mean, it wasn't working for me at all. It was honestly a stupid fix, but I think it was like my only solution I had at the time for who I was at the time. There was definitely more solutions. I just don't think that I had one, because a lot of the things that I did this time autonomously to replace what I was doing when I was doing escapism was what I was being forced to learn in school. And that took away a lot of the autonomy of it. So I didn't really know where to go anymore for myself. But this time, I had the autonomy to choose what I wanted to do with my time when I wasn't doing escapism. So that was really important to me. And I think I definitely want to try staying away from those things more, because I really want to make movies. That's how I want to spend my life. That's how I want to spend this life, is making movies. So I really want to start working a lot harder to get to that goal. That's all. I'm in Las Vegas right now, and it's like 90 something degree weather. Oh wait, no, it's gonna be 100 though today. And last night we walked the strip, which was fun. Mostly fun for me because I was like kind of just dissecting like all the marketing ploys and consumerism like bullshit going on. And that was fun because like me and Harrison have been like watching a bunch of like videos, just digesting information in general about, you know, the state of America. And Harrison more than I though, but I've looked into a lot more stuff when it comes to like health-based things, and he's looked into like health-based things plus some stuff like some governmental stuff. So we got that, like, I mean, you know, I mean, if anyone's been watching all of our diaries, they know that. Anyways, it was fun to like just walk around and kind of pick it apart. I say fun, but I'm kind of like a masochist and sadist a little bit, because it wasn't actually like oh, like this is so fun, so cool. Like obviously it was cool. A lot of the architecture here is so cool, but and like just the things that they made are cool, but it's like it's like the heartbeat of like the corruption of capitalism. Just like buy this when you don't need it, and actually it's not that sustainable, and you don't need it really. Even like the high-end stuff, I got the feeling of that, like these brand name bags, that's all just a money scheme. It's like a give money, trade money type thing. It's not, it has no actual value. And it's wild to see how we all buy into that. And even I was getting swooned into all of that. Like, I felt like I was having a good time, and then I started wanting to buy things. And my detox is over, so I bought like ice cream and macaroons, and that was, buying the macaroons was my low. I was like, okay, I did not need those macaroons. Yeah, anyways. Poolside. Yeah. So, like I was saying, masochist status, it's because it's fun, but it's fun for me to dissect. It's fun for me to observe humans in general, always. Whenever I go through like something emotionally wrecking, in hindsight, it was always fun. And maybe that's because when I was younger, I had like trauma, and I learned to get addicted to the stimulant of trauma. and stimulants of pleasures to cope with the trauma, but I find those things pretty fun. I mean, life is like a wave, you know, a beautiful wave, and I want to make movies about it, about many different waves. So yeah, okay. I'm happy that Harrison encouraged me to do this. I'm not used to talking on camera to people, so I haven't been as enthusiastic about these diaries as he has. So yeah, I love you, Harrison. Bye.
This is the first time I've used proxies since like, actually I don't think I ever really used proxies for the first short film I made in high school. I think back then I only used it for one of the shots because it was like a fucking super bougie dude. I don't know how to pull focus on this shit, man. Wait, so it would be this way. So I'll probably be in focus here. All right, cool. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just like, it's my first time like actually having to need them because these are 4K 10-bit fucking thick files, dude. And it's surprisingly, because it's a relatively short film, especially in comparison to the Bird and Louise. Link in description if you want to watch my high school film. It took me a while to be proud of it, but I think it's pretty cool. Anyways, yeah, so once I generate these, probably take like fucking several hours. Then I could probably return to actually editing this shit. I just don't know how it works with VFX, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if I can put, like, am I going to be able to, like, bring this, am I going to be able to, like, edit VFX with this? I looked that up in Google. Not really any answers on that specific question. I'm assuming it keeps it at the same resolution, but it's just making it shittier looking. You know what I mean? Like compressing the actual visuals, but keeps the same frame. As long as it's doing that, that's all that matters. But I'm a little bit worried about using proxies while having to do rotoscoping. I don't know if I can actually pull that off because, you know what I mean? Like rotoscoping, it's like, you know, you gotta get the fucking hair on it, but whatever. Things I accomplished yesterday. So we got 2 PCs. All right. Let's move this. All right, so basically, that's what we're talking about. So, PC down there. That's the PC I bought a few years ago. This was for gaming, right? I bought this shit so I could play Valorant and be able to run games like fucking Hogwarts Legacy, which I didn't even finish because I kind of got bored. I don't really like single-player games. But the point is, I bought that for gaming. Not that much storage space on it. And because I was doing all of my video editing, which is what I wanted to invest my actual time into, on a different machine. So I was just kind of buying that just for games, which was an investment. I knew long term I'd use it for something else, and now I am. But when Antonia moved in, I let her use it. That's Antonia. She's not real. She's actually just a photo. I let her use it because I was using an eGPU for my Mac, which is now just way too dated to use. So, anyways, because of the Mac issue, I now have to fucking use this computer, this desktop, and then fucking, this is my high school one that I made. I made this fucking, I'm so neurotic. I made this one back in high school. The other one was a pre-built. This one I made, it was, you know, just a bunch of other parts, and I don't really care about spec lists. I'm not gonna go fucking put that shit up. Go fuck yourself. But yeah. Shit's on the walls. Yeah. Okay. So, what was I even talking about? Oh, right. I was talking about the upgrades. So we have to get a fucking NAS system. If you don't know what a NAS system is, it's basically a network attached storage. So basically, what a network attached storage is. Yeah, let's just sit down. I'm fucking running around too much. This is bad. I gotta just sit the fuck down. I gotta chill out. There we go. I'll put the timestamps. It's just like Harrison chills out. This is what this part is. Okay. So, Where is it focused? Also, I like the green light, so go fuck yourself if it hurts your eyes. You suck balls. Yo, there we go. Okay. Anyways. So, NAS system is a network attached storage. You basically plug Ethernet cables into it, plug the Ethernet cables into your computer, and you have this massive hard drive, basically. So, doing a fuck ton of research took me weeks. Found a cool link through some Reddit page, and I'm going to be getting one set up, and getting a deal on a Synology. Anyways, basically, that's where we ran out of storage. That's why I haven't been able to work on this project. And it's basically put a lot of things to halt, which sucks because I'm actually fucking ramping up my shit. I'm getting better at endurance and I'm talking about creative endurance. I'm fucking out of shape. But because that kind of slows down production, it's kind of be using as like more of an archive and like where we're going to store a majority of our files. But active projects, things that we're going to be actually being able to run quickly, I bought some NVMe SSDs. And so those are now installed in both of our computers. And so that way that when we're editing, we will have faster run speeds. So we'll put our programs on there, Blender, Krita, DaVinci Resolve, and all of our files on there for active projects. If the project is not active, we are moving it over to the NAS system. NAS system not set up, but the SSDs are currently there. So given all my hard drives, I now have 3 copies of our current project, which means I'm now comfortable actually working on it again. And it's on the NVMe, and now it's on this computer, so now I can actually work on it again. I can animate, and I can edit, and rotoscope, and VFX. So, that's what I've been doing. Should I stop talking? I don't know. I could keep talking forever. I probably could, actually. I could really talk forever. This is what happens when you don't, like, do things outside of a box. I live here. I live in this box. I have a job. I do my finances. I pay bills. Go fuck yourself. But, yeah, I want colleagues, not friends. Yeah. Eventually, I'm calling it right now. Eventually, we're gonna be doing collaborations with some pretty fucking cool people. Technically, right now, I'm no one. You know, Antonia's laughed at this. My mom has, chuckled at this whole sentiment that, you don't exist unless you're online. They get it. I've explained it enough, but not that they don't understand it, but like, I feel like kind of in the minority of how much this matters in my brain to the people I know in real life. But like once we make this project, dude, I'm thinking we exist. Like, yeah, I made Bird, Louise, and Somebody Else, can link downstairs. And it's good. I really like that film. It was like 23 minutes. It was going to be like 28 initially. We had to chop things down. Submitted to like some, film festival, and I was like, okay, cool. We got awards from this LA-based film festival short, but what did we gain from that? Nothing. So I'm thinking, fuck film fests, unless I put my heart soul into a 30-minute short film and throw it at Sundance. I've been tempted to put this one into Sundance, but like, it could get some recognition, but I don't want to pay like hundreds of dollars to get some recognition when I could go on YouTube. Damn, I need to eat more. I could put that on YouTube, get a few million views. I feel like that would do more. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want some industry chump breathing down my neck being like, I'll give you $100,000. Make my production company some money. Fuck you. I'm going to do YouTube and make a Patreon and hire people and collaborate with people. I don't really want to hire, but I want to collaborate with people, and make things that are good. You know? What's that one, like, streaming or video service that, like, conservatives use? Or majority, like, whatever that one is. That would be a good area to also upload things that are more edgy, or, like, YouTube might not be okay with. You know what I mean? Like, I want to push YouTube. I want to use YouTube. I want to push it as much as I can. But, like, there's some things that you can't put on there. Like, Antonia has this project called Candy that kind of talks about, I mean, she'll talk about it more eventually, but I'll kind of overview it. Basically, it talks a lot about sexuality and, I gotta move this. It talks a lot about, like, sexuality and sex, addiction, masturbation, the image, porn, and there's a lot of more deeper things. I'm just talking about kind of buzzwords right now. But I don't want to make that censored. Like, Candy, the potential of it, like, it's something that should be X-rated. Like, I want to make something X-rated and it be respectable. You know how, like, Deadpool and Wolverine right now is, like, the most successful R-rated movie of all time by a lot of money? Domestically 100%, but I'm pretty sure Joker, last time I checked, which was like a week ago, was still ahead in worldwide grossing, but by now it's, Deadpool Wolverine should probably surpass that, obviously. Anyways, X-rated films earn dog shit money, you know what I mean? Like, wait, is necrophilia? No, not necrophilia. Nymphomaniac. Is that X-rated? How much porn is in that? Anyways, I want a film talking about sexuality to be raw. And Candy's going to be a lot larger. It's probably going to be just like a topic and like a theme that we touch in a lot. But I think that there should at least be a version of that feeling that we make that is fully uncensored. And I'm talking like high budget. Like, we're not making like a porno. I'm talking like a narrative, like an actual emotionally involved, character-ridden arcs and shadow selves and fucking heroes and villains, blah, blah, blah. Story that's X-rated. Like, what if we had a $400 million production, but it was X-rated? That's unheard of, but watch. It's gonna happen. Maybe not $400 million, because it's kind of a waste to spend that much money on stuff, and I feel like it was just the technology adjustments we've been having, and, like, we should be able to make a lot cheaper stuff nowadays. But anyways, especially with stuff like Blender, dude, the Blender generation is going to be so sick. I'm so excited to be a part of this generation. I use Blender to render a lot of stuff in this short film. And it's pretty fun. I'm also doing 2D animation with this. I had to act. I'm literally like the star of this film, and I didn't want to do that. But it's technically my emotions, and I'm not an actor, and I didn't prepare. We were just like, oh, we have to do it? Okay, let's do it. We have like 3 days, and we stayed up to like 5 a.m. for multiple days in a row before she left to like a month-long trip to Alaska, where she lives, her family home. And so her fucking sleep was ruined going on that plane. And we finished filming. So, like, it was all so rushed. Like, this film is going to be amazing. Like, I'm really going to be... The other day, I cried I cried before bed watching it. Because there's a lot of other things in my head that were making me very, like, passionate feeling or whatever. But, dude, it's going to be a good fucking short film. Like, it's going to blow up our channel. I'm just making predictions, man. I'm educated. It's not even a guess. Like, it's going to happen. When you post something on YouTube that is good, people watch it. The algorithm is like, oh, shit, okay, show this people. It's gonna happen. And it's weird. That was also one of the realizations I had, like, during/after crying. Or it was just like, just really basic. I wasn't like, it was like just basic, like just emotional, like level 1 crying where you're emotionally kind of enveloped in something. Like you have like this one thought, and there might be a few branching thoughts, but this one thought that's just like hitting something. And I was there, and it was just like, oh. Anyways, fuck, my brain moves too quick, man. Unorganized, fucking, what was I talking about? Dude, straight up, do I keep this unedited again? I think I'll put Antonia's thing at like the 2-minute mark, and then put a little preview of each of ours for like 30 seconds in the beginning. Oh yeah, one of the parts about this film, was that like it's gonna feel really quick, like the next 10 years of my career and Antonia's. I don't know what her perspective is gonna be like. Might be similar, probably will, but the next 10 years of my career, I feel like it's just gonna it's gonna go quick, and I have to be willing to be aware of it. I have to be capable of being present and acknowledge time is passing in a way that is beneficial to my mental. Like, I have to be appreciative of what's going on, or else I'm not going to realize that this shit's happening. Like, I can see myself in 10 years having made like 3 major projects and feeling exactly how I do right now. And like just digesting that thought right there was, it's heavy, because, it makes me consider, like, do I really want to do this? And in the game, in the reality that we live in this body, in this mind, with this thing that is holding us together, I think it's the only thing that's really going to make me happy. I've thought about it plenty. I don't really think there's anything else that could do it. Talking feels weird right now. But yeah, I feel like once we upload this, it's going to be like a month, and traction will be grip. We'll have grip on the mountain that we're climbing. And one of the people I want to work with on the whiteboard right now is like a way to remind myself, like, okay, get back into the creative thing. Because we've been out of the creative thing for like probably a month, just because of all the storage situation. Like I can't work on the projects. I don't want one of the hard drives to fail and only have one backup of it and just be like stressed out every single day. Like, if this house burns down, I mean, it's not like if this house burns down and all my data goes away. I gotta get it offsite, dude. I need an offsite storage. It stresses me out so much. Oh my god, I could bring it to work. I could bring one of my hard drives to work. I'm gonna do that. I need an offsite backup. Every week that I go to work, I'll bring it. That's smart. All right, got it. Anyways, yeah, I feel like it's just gonna blink by. But Curtis Waters, hello Curtis. This is Harrison from the past. By the point, hypothetically, that you're watching this right now, it's because I might have told you about this. Did I mention this? And hopefully you would have already helped wrap up this project. I'm just making a guess. Like, I'm an ambitious person, but he's close to me and Antonia's age. I think he's in the middle between me and Antonia. I'm 23, Antonia's 26. He's also a cool artist. I'm a cool artist, you know? I mean, he got like, he made a song for fun. It blew the fuck up. He's able to kickstart a career. He had like a pretty decent EP, and then he had a good-ass album. And now he's just stable, able to create. And I look at his Instagram stories like every few weeks. I don't go on Instagram that often. I basically go on there for marketing our YouTube stuff now. Pretty clean off of social media, unless you count YouTube, in which YouTube is my it's my media, I guess. The majority of the media I consume is from YouTube. Movies are good, but I guess I just grew up on YouTube. And I don't want to play games much anymore. Anyways, might as well just say what I desire. I hope that Curtis is down to score and potentially make a single for this short film. I am putting blood into this fucking film. It is so vulnerable to be making this film. There's a fuck ton of lore behind this film. I have a 95 to 100,000 page manuscript that's right outside my door that took me a few years to write. I have thousands of drawings. I have some animations. I have illustration, like digital paintings. I've worked with artists outside of myself. I don't know, like it feels like me. Like this project, Warm Tears, it's my brain. It's who I am. The magnum opus of my adolescence, like it's huge. The subtitle is A Story for When the Bird Drowns, which is fucking gas. I love that. So it's very passion driven, and I'm animating a prologue and an epilogue, and there's like VFX all over this. Like I'm pulling together everything I've learned throughout my whole life into this right now. This is like the first thing that I'm putting my all into. Just not exactly on the production side. In the post-production side, I'd say this is the most I've gone into post-production. Pre-production, we had some pretty solid storyboards and everything. So like we planned all that out, 100%. Like we did pretty well. It was light. Like we did it a few days before the shoot. We talked about it in Video Diary 4, I think, 5, Video Diary 5, where we took like a slight amount of shrooms and I was just storyboarding. Antonia was given notes and we were working back and forth together to try and figure out what we were going to do to going off the script that she had written, how we're going to visualize all this. And it was mainly just the fact that we were rushed during shooting. We did our best. It took a while to do some of these scenes. We didn't really have too much perfected choreography. There was 1 or 2 shots, maybe more, that were just like, oh, that's unrealistic to get with the crew size, and also because the storyboard for some of those like moving shots was just like, oh wait, we don't have the ability to do that. We don't have like a 3-axis stabilizer or a jib or a crane. We had to use like for this park scene, we had to use like a ladder that I borrowed from my workplace. Like I ran to work and was like, I need to use this ladder. Can I? And they were like, yeah. So I ran out with the ladder. We shoved it into the car and then went to the park and did the scene and then brought it back and then there were 2 test shoots that failed and the third one we succeeded. So I borrowed the ladder 3 times. And that's just for that scene. Like, and that ladder, oh my God, it like the production value for that scene because of that ladder, just that one ladder, production value, whew, so much better, dude. It's so good. The shot is so good, and like I get a lot of ideas in post production. I think that's when you really start learning, is in post production. You're reflecting. Post production takes so long because you're reflecting, and especially for indie projects, dude. Like, it's so hard, man. Like, it's a 2-person team. We're both doing a lot of roles, and I'm doing basically all of the editing and VFX and animation and all of that. It's all on me. It's insane. It's so hard, but I want it so bad. It's just really hard to like wake up in the morning with like a nihilistic leech in my brain and then be like able to push past that. Oh my god, what the fuck? Dude, interesting thing. What time are we at? I gotta chill. Fuck it, whatever. Recently, okay, so I was raised with, I just got a vent. I was raised with this kind of like open-ended religious thing. You know, my mom came from Mormon church. She left. I was raised in a household that was just like, believe what you want. But hey, look at this scientific study about this one random thing. So I kind of was like, oh, okay, the only things I have really in front of me is like looking at philosophy and science and etc. So that's all I was really referencing for my whole life. And religion was always this like weird outside entity. And like once I had my grandpa, like when I was visiting him, be like, well, you're getting of age. I was like 15, maybe 14. You want to, you know, consider Christianity now? I was like, what? What is no, I'm okay. I don't really want what are you doing? And then he like brought me to church and I was just like, what's happening? There was like this fucking bride. And then she started like choking and like someone had to save her, but it was random. Anyways, religion never really been that important. And then like quarantine hit and there were so many things going on in my head, but one of the ideas that really I started venting into was this whole existentialism thing, and religion is naturally linked to existentialism because it is the most existential art form we have, you know, in a way, arguable. So I battled with religion for years on that, starting in 2020, late 2020, December. And I've always had like conversations about religion. I've always been like kind of semi-interested in it, and atheist, agnostic, you know, drifting around. I don't really think atheism is exactly smart. I've always been kind of a neutralist, like you find balance and stuff, you know. So I think Gnosticism or agnostic views, not Gnosticism, sorry, agnostic views are more, I don't know, they're like the smartest choice, realistically. If you look at the whole spectrum, you have like religious, atheist, agnostic, you know, balance. Most of the time, it's the smartest decision. So I was like that majority of my life. And then battling with it in quarantine, started writing characters. Part of Warm Tears is like, a huge chunk of Warm Tears is actually about religion. Anyways, so that's a bit of my background. You know, I've been on like the kill God trend. Not trend, but like, you know, I really liked philosophy. I like it. So I also really think religion is like, culturally, it's fucking cool. I think it is extremely toxic due to how some of these like laws are written, and also how attached people are to the idea that change is bad, when realistically change is the only religion that's real, because it's the only thing that actually we know exists. Everything changes. Maybe that's the thing we should believe in. You know what I mean? Like, anyways, but recently, past like month, past week, past few days, it's been like planted in me that like I've always kind of wanted God to be real. You know what I mean? Like I wish God was real. Not in the tyrannical monarch Christian sense of God, but like this concept that there is something that wants to take care of us or cares about us and is there protecting us, like a parent. And there's a lot of like reasons psychologically why this might be appearing in my head, just considering my human background. But I don't know, I just find it so comforting believing there is something looking at me and caring about me. And so I've been starting to be like, okay, so my goals right now are to have a career in filmmaking and I have to also transition into being an adult. I'm 23 years old, taking this career incredibly seriously. I'm very young to be doing this, I think. To the degree that I commit to it. Like, I have a fucking financial sheet now, like a spreadsheet on, and it's awesome. Being able to see everything organized with that gives me outputs, graphs and stuff is crazy. I think the only thing that I have on easy mode is first off, I have a caring mother, you know, that's nice. But my rent is low. That is the only thing I think I'm actually on easy mode with. Everything else I'm going crazy on. I really limit. I don't really have traditional friends. I don't really believe friends exist, I guess. I feel like people just cope onto one another. Every time I've had friend groups, I've never really felt capable of being with them, I guess. Like, I don't know. I moved several times when I was younger, and I kind of got teased into the idea of having connections with people. So, like, 5th grade, I moved to Moscow, Idaho. I get 2 years there. Gotta leave. Really low warning, you know. And then it happened again in Boise, Idaho. Close to no real warning. I mean, like, you know, I did get warnings. I'm not saying I was, like, not warned, but it's just, like, even 6 months out, a few months out, being told that, like, hey, we're moving again. You have to reset your entire existence again. Only way you can keep track of those people and keep relationships with them is over social media, and at that point, what is your relationship? So they dissipate, you know. You keep a few online, you know, gaming friends. That's like the easiest way to do it. But even that fizzles out because you're like, well, you know, we haven't talked recently in school, so like, what's the point of holding this conversation right now if it's not going to go anywhere? It's just this whole weird thing, and so that happened several times. And so I had to just reset so many times that I think my view of other people just shifted so hard. And also being in different places. Like I was in a small town, then a medium town, then like a large medium town, which is like Portland. And so I got like a scope of, you know, people. I got a scope of like income inequality. I've been friends with some really poor people, and I've been friends with some really, really rich people. So it's just like, I feel like I've seen a good range of things. Anyways, so some of my, I don't really know, I'm just talking, dude. What is happening? This is what happens when you leave me unattended with a camera, Antonia. Proxies are done. Anyways, I'm basically practicing the idea, or humoring the idea that it's okay to believe there is a God. Just don't, I don't think I'm fully for the way it's been used. Yes, I know Buddhism is a thing, but they're not doing what I'm thinking necessarily. And also those coexist stickers you see, the bumper stickers you see, I don't really like them. Like I get it, but like the sentiment is there, but the logic of it is faulty. Like, no, you can't coexist. If they're saying there's only one God, and they're saying there's 5 gods, and they're saying that their God is better than yours, like, no, you can't coexist because you all believe this thing to the most fundamental value, and you can't sit next to one another and be like, oh, that person thinks that this thing exists. What a joke. I think that this thing exists. I'm better than them. It's just dumb. So I think my new philosophy for religion, and all of my true beliefs in religion are in warm tears. Eventually, in time, you will see the actual finished product of this story that I think is fucking awesome and is genius and smart and emotionally mature and awesome. Anyways, also this short film's like mostly canon to that story. It's like a slice of it. It's like 2/8 into the story, and it stops, you know. But yeah, I think it's like, I personally, right now especially, given how much stress and isolation I have in my lifetime, like I'm hoping I have, collaborators down the way, but having the idea that a thing cares about you is satisfying. Because a universe with no God is very empty feeling, and I still believe I'm agnostic in the way that we don't really have evidence for either answer. So I'm going to still stay balanced, agnostic. I don't have enough evidence to make a conclusion to this topic, but I think that my emotional and human fear response brain needs comfort, and I don't have access to any comfort because I've cut out drugs, weed. I've cut out weed, which was my coping mechanism for a long time, and I've been like over a year clean of smoking, and probably over 6 months, maybe longer, maybe like a year without any high. Definitely over 6 months, maybe 8 without edibles. But smoking over a year, like it's been a while, and I actually don't want it anymore. It's weird. And then recently, I think I've burnt out on shrooms, and it might be a long time, if ever, that I want to do that again. And alcohol, I'm slowly gathering more experiences where I'm like, maybe I didn't want to drink that night, or maybe I didn't want to drink just now. I do think that alcohol is more of a utility than the other ones for me. But, I'm just like, I don't really have any other comforts anymore. Especially because I also cut out like social media dissociation. Like I don't like comforts, like video games are also pretty much like pretty dead to me. How I've gone about it my whole life at least. So I'm just kind of this sober, isolated creature in a box. And so I need something. And so I think that I need to emulate this idea of an entity that cares about me. Because what the fuck else am I supposed to do with myself? I can't really think of it. I can't think of anything. And this is still early stages of this new thought, this new mindset, but I guess I'll think about it. And who knows? Maybe fucking bugs, dude. Maybe, in a week I'll figure it out. Maybe tomorrow I figure it out. Maybe just me venting it right after this, oh, okay, that makes sense. Or maybe I'll never figure this out. Maybe my conclusion will stay the same once I got maybe the conclusion that I had like in December of 2020 was right. I don't know. But I do think that religion as it has been is and should die. Because it has run its course. It did what it needed to do, but it needs to die. And again, the religion of change. The only thing that is a constant is growth. Things grow. Things die, It's the only God we really have is entropy. For now. We'll figure out how to reverse aging and stuff. But then we need to figure out how to reverse, like, the heat death of the universe. I don't know. I don't even know if the heat death is real anymore, because they like kind of disprove the Big Bang, and so it's just like, oh, okay, well, we know nothing again. Yeah, if you don't know what this is, then I would go check it out. It's one of my fundamental beliefs. It came from philosophy. I don't know which philosopher. I think it was fucking one of the big three. I think it was like Socrates. I don't know, but it's called the master argument. It's basically a contradictory three-part statement. And the general gist, just so I can decipher it for you, you can go look up what's actually written by the philosopher, but, you know, it's all confusing, and it's inherently confusing, but it's also written in old language. But basically, how I've translated it is, you know, you never know what's going to happen tomorrow. So beliefs are temporary, you know. Kind of what it is actually saying is, you know, there might be, what was the example? Oh, yeah, so I think an example that was given with it is something about a ship battle, but it's basically like, there has never been a battle at our harbor, we the people on a harbor. There has never been a battle with ships on our harbor before, so looks like there's not going to be a ship battle tomorrow, and yet tomorrow there is a ship battle at their harbor. And it's basically saying, you know, the past and the present define what is possible / impossible, but the future, what is it, defines what's, oh, is it the past and present define what's impossible, and the future defines what is possible? The point is you can't know the future, so something you think is true today might be false tomorrow, vice versa. So that is also kind of within the same grain as change and growth. So that's why I believe like the only true religion that has ever existed is not a religion necessarily, unless you want to write a story about it, then it's a religion apparently. So whatever. All right, I'm gonna stop. It's been like 40 minutes, 50 minutes. Wow, this is just a solo one too. Not even chess. Oh wow. I think I'm just gonna delete the source files from now on. The last two videos we had were like, have I been out of focus? Not really, kind of. The last two videos we did were like hour and a half long, and since we were playing chess, so this one's not as long, I guess. Adding in Antonia's possibly 10-minute one will be like 50 minutes. Well, it was fun to vent. I'm all alone, there's no one here beside me, but you gotta have friends.